Actually, let me check out this one.
Yes, work.
I was watching some of this already. Mark might actually be title card. My goodness. You can tell that I'm tired.
Look at you. Finally got those powers, huh? Bet you're excited, but don't get in over your head.
And I'm starving.
You thought this life was gonna be easy? Not even close. Oh, and you joined that little Justice League, but who are we trying to fool? That shit wasn't gonna end well. And your pops going rogue? Shit, man, couldn't have been easy. And even when you got him to leave, you somehow made your way right back. Even fought off a couple Viltrumites. I think you surprised all of us with that. Then you had that whole thing with Anissa and Angstrom. Yeah, that was rough. But don't forget.
I wonder how they're going to like do the Anissa scene. The Anissa scene is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy, man. For those who don't know, don't worry about it. But for those who do know, yikes.
I gave you a second chance. All we want to do is make the world better. Your father couldn't do it, so now you're gonna step in. You'll return to Earth. Make them bend the knee. If not, I'll come back and destroy your whole fucking planet.
Season 3.
I don't know about y'all, but Invincible has become one of the few shows that I'll actually watch weekly. And probably the only show I want to make vids on weekly, like that trailer. I don't know what Mark did for Cecil to be acting like that, but I just gotta see it. Now, for those who read the comics, let's be nice and not ruin the experience. I read the comments and I'm sure others read the comments too. We just want to talk about the show. Let us have this. But anyways, the first thing we see is how much Mark improved. He's on a whole training regimen and this monster he's fighting is really an 8-year-old, and look how concerned the mom looks. Then look at the dad. The guy's unfazed. He got work in 40 minutes. He trying to wrap this shit up. Either he trying to figure...
They might cut it. I've never thought I would actually be into a show like Invincible, but here I am. The show is really good. I love it.
Out what to tell his boss, or he's getting paid a bag. Whole time he's planning out his shopping spree. Buy to hit up Gucci, Prada, Dior. I might fuck around and cop a Rolex. Mind you, he just watched his child get uppercutted 50 feet in the air, and best believe he gonna be back next week. But Mark was doing a lot, like working on his heat resistance, I guess, working on his speed, got him flying from the moon and back, and the heaviest thing they could find wasn't enough to work on his strength. Had to make a whole machine for it, which still wasn't enough. And they got him doing all this because of Anissa. She came down, whooped his ass real quick, then left. Had them terrified. They said, yeah, the way he is now, he can probably beat her. Maybe, but she mentioned another. And when someone strong mentions another person, you know that nigga's a problem. But that's when Rex pulls up. Breaking news, someone is trying to steal the Declaration of Independence. Huh? That is the most random thing to steal. Now, I just want y'all to see how bad this cop got. I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence. Every other cop got evaded or like knocked back or something, right? But look at this guy. He runs in, gets flipped, and look at his face. He's trying to figure out why he just got hit with a set of moves that only individuals with a WWE Tag Team Championship can pull off in the middle of a fucking staircase.
Relax! Oh my God.
That man is either dead or paralyzed for life.
He's got to be paralyzed because, bro, this man is in his 60s trying to stop a robbery.
But good news, the heroes show up, and all of a sudden, I feel bad for these guys. They are trying their absolute hardest while these two are talking about women. The worst part is when Rex was like, yo, can you hurry this up? I already beat my guy. And Mark proceeds to say right in front of him, not even looking at him either, oh, I'm just trying to hold back. He's a normal dude. So what he decides to do is before running in, he yells, and I quote, normal this, does 0 damage while Mark confirms, yeah, totally normal. What else can you do besides accept that you're now his bitch? It's one thing to just lose to Invincible, right?
Have I read the comics? Yeah, I read it. I mean, I read most of what happens in this whole show, but yeah. There's certain parts that I don't remember, but I've read like most of it, and I know like the major parts of what happens.
But him having a whole convo mid-fight, pretty much says that you're nothing to him and then proceeds to confirm that theory. Now, even with them getting away because Kate's brother pulls up, they are never gonna forget this moment. But the reason why this dude is jumping Rex is because he thinks that Rex is responsible for Kate's death. Now, Mark, can you please stop trying to talk and just fight? You're not Batman. You have no intimidation. Rex is getting violated out there. Now, with this show, expect a lot of black and white scenes because he rips the skull off, plunges it back in the other's head, and that's all I'm showing. Just know there were limbs flying. But as we already know, Kate is alive. Obviously, no one else knew besides Immortal.
This episode, like I was explaining earlier in the stream, I freaking could not stand the argument that Kate had with all the other superheroes. I forgot the other girl's name. She has glasses and like a ponytail, but she was so wrong in that argument. And so was Immortal. I can't stand Immortal, man.
Turns out she just had a spare clone hiding out. And Rex, who I think has the right to ask why she just let him believe she was dead, and here this nigga go.
It was her decision. She can do what she pleases.
Oh my God. This was my face. This was my face the entire time of this whole episode.
This guy. So they headed back to their cave. Everyone got to see Kate again, and she's now engaged to Immortal. But that was
and that shit was like, okay. She just came back to see all the heroes. And then she's like, oh, hi, I'm actually alive and I got engaged. Like, bro, what are you talking about? We thought you died. And you're just like, oh, hi, by the way, I'm not dead. And me and Immortal are like getting married. Like, bro, who cares? Who cares? Jeez.
The only surprise, Ray also survived. So we got the whole team back, and Samson was like, yeah, no one can stand up to us now. Calm down, bro. Y'all got washed on damn near every occasion. Y'all lost to people who call themselves the Lizard League.
Yeah.
That should be explanation enough. If I need help and I see the Guardians of the Globe pull up, I'ma cry.
Immortal a bitch. I don't know why people like him. I don't like him. By the way, why is Immortal dating a teenage girl? He's like, yeah, that's another thing. He's like super old, and she's like, what? Is she a teenager for real? I thought she was like maybe 20 in her 20s. I could be wrong. But yeah, that's very extremely sus. I mean, he outlives everybody that he's ever been with, but I don't really think that's an excuse. He's going to always be older than anybody that he ever meets. So, but yeah, I see what I get what you mean. It's still fucked up. Immortal, I hate too. Engaged with Duplicate, yeah.
If I don't see Eve or Mark tagging along, I know I'm dead. But now we see Mark chilling with the bros, and you know they ended up talking about Eve, right? Mark tells him about when future Eve saved him, and how she also said that she loved him for years.
I thought that this part was, I'm sorry for positive, but I thought that this part was dumb too, because they told Mark, hey, don't tell Eve that you had a conversation with her future self about how she wishes that she was with you and she's in love with you. Don't tell her that part. Just say, hey, I want to be with you, and that's it. Why did this dude go and say, hey, future you said that I needed to be with you and this, that, and X, Y, Z? I'm like, bro, Mark, why would you say this? Why?
And since the Mark in her timeline was dead, she never got over it. So she said he should give his Eve an answer. Whether he says he likes her or not, just something. Now we all know Mark likes her. We can tell from season 1. But for some reason, he wants to tell her about what future Eve said, and me and you both will. Is this dude stupid? Like what Will said, it's okay to be honest, but being too honest is a thing. You gonna mess up the whole play. So he pulls up on her, and bro, if you fuck this up, I'ma be heated. Spoiler alert, he fucked it up. You just had to tell her. I don't
why? Why? What? I don't get it. Yeah, I think sometimes you can be too honest with people, man. But it's literally, she did not need to know that. That's not even that version of her doesn't even exist. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was really dumb that he said that.
I don't even know what to say. I'm just disappointed. But this is when we see Lil Bro, and listen. When it comes to the sibling/child character, it can go either way. You can
stop researching with ChatGPT. Its information is not reliable.
I can have the good ones like my dog AJ, Ellie, Gohan, or you can have the annoying ones. the Daniels, the Barutos, the Atreuses. Oh, just thinking about it pisses me off. I pray Ollie's one of the good ones. But we then find out he already got his powers, and Cecil was on that immediately. No time was wasted. The thing is though, before you can get to Ollie, you're gonna have to get past Debbie, and Debbie isn't going for that. She wants Ollie to enjoy being a child. But that's when Cecil gets a call saying that every single hero, including the Guardians, got abducted. Not even 3 minutes ago, bro was talking about how they were unstoppable. The only 2 heroes left were Mark and Eve, so they tracked down Rudy's signal, and it was the scientist again. This guy lost like 14 times already. We are not worried. But I guess his time in prison, he learned how to communicate with bugs. Strong bugs, but still bugs nonetheless. We are not worried. Yeah, they lost the bugs. But this is the moment where everything changes. Not only did Cecil send down these pods filled with the humanoid robots, meaning he gave Sinclair a damn job, then we see Black Bat on the field, who was on a killing spree back in Midnight City. Mark was not happy about any of this. The moment the situation was handled, he went straight to Cecil. So he gets there and Cecil was like, look, Mark, they can't fix their mistakes in prison. You just don't waste people like them. You reform them. Now look, Black Bat is one thing. Yes, he was on a killing spree, but he was technically doing it for good. He wasn't fully lost yet. But Sinclair, yeah, he's using donated corpses now, but you cannot erase his past. At least Black Bat was killing to keep people safe. Sinclair was doing it for the love of the game. Now, Mark
he was
wasn't
actually
backing
insane.
off. He said, I'm not leaving until you put them back in prison. So Cecil said, I bet. You know I rock with you, Mark, but you're forcing my hand. My job is to protect this planet from threats. Don't make me add you to the category. Man, I'm not even doing it. I know you ain't just. You better tell the shit to unhand me, Mark. Motherfucker. Told you to unhand me, boy. This is what you want, Cecil? So he runs through all of them with ease and was like, was that it? Nah. Not gonna lie, Cecil, that was tough. I'm gonna give you that. The Mark was like, look, I'm not gonna stop until you tell everyone what you've done. Listen, I don't want to hurt you. I'm not the one who's gonna get hurt. I thought you don't make threats. Yeah, well, people change. Yo, who is he feeling like? He trying to live up to his name. And Mark was ready to fight that entire room, but Cecil has some device in his head. Now, this right here is the point of no return. The fact that you put a device in his head, there's no coming back from that.
For real.
So he zooms off, made his way to the Guardians, but with that thing in his head, he can't do much. And this is the proudest I've been. I thought the Guardians was going to side with Cecil, but instead they was fighting for Mark. Now, Rex, I know you had good intentions, but you just hold him. The sound wasn't going to stop by destroying the device.
That was dumb of him to do that, but yeah, I agree. Destroying the device is not going to stop the sound.
To be manually turned off. And I think the robot saw this as an opportunity, because ain't no way y'all all decide to jump him now. The moment the switch gets destroyed. And once Rudy blocked the frequency, I knew Mark was gonna snap. He started pulling off Omni-Man exclusive combos, doing things he never done before. He ripped that robot vertically, and everyone is just watching like, damn.
They're like, damn.
You better calm him down. And honestly, I think Cecil be forgetting he's on.
You know that what would have been tough is if, like, hold on.
And everyone is just watching like, damn, I ain't about to call.
Like, I like how they showed this shot. It would have been so dope if they, like, showed, like, a flashback to when Omni-Man had killed the original Guardians of the Globe. That would have been a nice little, like, touch. But this whole thing was cool.
Calm down. And honestly, I think Cecil be forgetting he's a normal person. He be talking crazy. He said, hey, Mark,
be talking crazy.
Don't you ever threaten me again. Bro, who the fuck? I told you I protect this planet, but don't you ever forget whose blood I got in my veins. If you ever come near my family again, you gonna meet the man he wanted me to be.
Rudy.
Yeah.
Get this fucking thing out of my head. Now.
Yo, Invincible team. Amazing work, bro. That scene, I felt mad for Mark.
But you know, the thing about it is, I understand where Cecil's coming from, but Cecil went about it so wrong, though. I think that he is just trying to look out for the people of Earth. He doesn't want anybody to, you know, because when Omni-Man had crashed out and, you know, killed the Guardians of the Globe and killed all these people, he's just trying to prevent that. So he has, like, contingency plans on how to, you know, stop something like that from ever happening again. But with that being said, I feel that you have to make sure that, you know, you treat Mark not like you're like not like some tool. I think there's a way of going about it that's not going to, how do I say it? You have to be honest with Mark. You know, you can't just implant a device in his head that's going to like go off and incapacitate him. I think that going about it that way, it builds like distrust. So he can't trust you. You're already spying on his family. So at some point, I think that it really destroyed that trust that Cecil and Mark had, because Cecil was like, you're not like your father. You're not like your father. But then he goes and does this shit and it's like, well, how do I know that? How do I trust you? You know?
I was ready to get in there and start boxing the robots my damn self. But afterwards, he tells his folks
gotta
about
watch
what
it,
happened. He even
Nova.
told them how he said he'll kill him if he ever comes close to them.
Well, why didn't you kill him already? Then you wouldn't have to worry.
Bro, how old is he?
Well, he said that. I was like, damn.
Like 12 years old talking like that. I'm already knowing he gonna be a problem. But we're back to the Guardians, and obviously they gotta clean this up.
This
So
argument
they got to
pissed me
talking,
off.
And Ray was like, you know, Cecil spent millions to put me back together, but just had monsters try to rip us apart. I mean, technically, they were after Mark. I just got in the way, but I see what you're saying. Monster Girl was like, yeah, all we are to him is weapons, useful until we're not. And this is when the team starts to divide. One half of the team thinks Cecil went way too far, while the other thinks Mark forced him to do it. And look how Ray shut Kate up.
I went through just as much as you and Rex.
No, the fuck you did not. I hate this argument. Kate need to shut the hell up. This pissed me off so much, man. I swear, I went through just as much as you did. Oh, I'm sorry. I think you're like the only person that can make clones of themselves and have like a failsafe just in case you die. Nobody else can do that. If somebody's arm getting ripped off or if somebody's getting crushed, they ain't coming back. And I can't believe she pulled some shit like that, bro.
More even. Not anywhere close. There's only one of me. I can't go hide a backup copy of myself away like you can.
Right?
My powers are different. So?
So this half of the team decided to stay while the other is leaving.
I can't
and
stand
I don't know
Kate.
what Ruby has planned, because he said, yeah, Monster Girl was the reason why I'm leaving, but Mark is the
Wait, forgive me, but Cecil should probably whack the kid. You mean Oliver? Kate wrong for that.
strongest hero on the planet.
She was
And
dead
someday
wrong.
I might need him on my side. Bro, what do you have planned to where you need to call in a favor from Invincible?
By the way, Robot in the comics, I'm not going to spoil anything, but my God. Just my God. I'm not going to even spoil anything. That's all I'm going to say.
We did get a flashback of Cecil, and I'ma keep it a buck. If the villains are looking like this,
Neptune above.
I'm getting no heroics done. Now, Cecil was getting his ass
Word.
beat, but the funniest part is, this man gets his whole wrist broken, reacted for a split second, and was like, hold on, I'm doing too much. The hoes is watching. But it just gets even worse.
This can't be.
Shorty, you got it, man. Listen, you leave that nigga, I'll lower your sentence. That's my deal, take it or leave it. But you know what they do? They leak the gas anyway. Skin got boiled off, so Cecil knocks them in, closes the door, and he's a real one, I'll give him that. And
Yeah.
the fact that he survived this and was back to normal like nothing happened, do you even need Sinclair when y'all can do stuff like this? The fact that not only you survived,
Yeah, they basically repaired his whole body, I think. I think he was basically... I mean, all of his skin was peeled off, dude. So yeah, I don't even know why they would even need Sinclair. I know what Robot did. Yeah, don't spoil it, Nova. But yeah, it's he does some pretty crazy shit. How's Rex survive getting shot in the head again? I forgot. I kind of forgot too. They like repaired him some way. I gotta go back and watch it.
but the ones who were taking that gas point blank did too, with not a single scar on their body. Man, y'all do not need Sinclair.
I'm saying.
Bitch should have took my deal. But for real though, this was showing how Cecil used to think exactly like Mark. Can't be working with the bad guys. But him going to prison is what changed his mind. Now, first of all, there's gotta be a mistake. This quirkless man does not belong here. I don't know how he's so calm. I would have been squirming in those cuffs. I'm not staying here. Crazy part is though, this dude becomes the boss here. Don't know how he accomplished that. But it's been 3 years, so his boss comes back, told him he has a new position now, and wants Cecil to take his old one. He refused, but listen to this.
So does Anissa? Yeah. For sure.
Or the guy who saves the world. You can't be both.
Now that's facts. If Batman didn't exist.
Oh my God.
You can say the Batman no-kill rule is stupid, and I would agree with you in some cases. But hear me out. I
would have loved to hear the rant,
I'm
honestly.
just saying. But yeah, speaking of Batman, Black Bat actually joined the Guardians. And even Donald was like, yo, Cecil, I don't know about this one, man. Calling him in when we had no other choice is one thing. But joining the Guardians, he murdered people. And I understand both sides, but shit, you see who's left from the Guardians? They need all the help they can get. And this moment right here made me proud. Mark missed the first shot, but watch what he does with the rebound.
When I was lying on the ground, the only thing I could think about was you. That what I feel for you isn't some stupid crush. It's real.
Okay.
Cooking. I mean, but that's easy.
now-
Like, us all he needed to say to get the bag her.
See Mark training Ollie when they take a quick stop at Arts. Got his first suit and, you know, as long as you're happy. But he wanted to name himself Kid Omni-Man.
What?
You gonna have a target on your back the second you debut. But he wasn't the only one who got a new fit. I'm rocking with the black and blue, not gonna lie. And they got a perfect chance to test out the new suits. But this dude Ollie just doesn't listen. Mark said, look, you gon' sit here and watch. I'ma handle this. He couldn't even let those words marinate for 2 seconds. He ran straight in, gets blasted, laid out on the pavement. That's what Mark pretty much watched these guys. Like, imagine getting gripped by the chest, beat down, chest gripped again and took into a wall. Within the span of 5 seconds, retirement is your only option after that. And the only thing Ollie had to say was, yo, bro, you ain't saved one for me? So now we see Debbie is finally getting out of her shell, going on dates. She deserves love. But telling this guy your whole life story on the second date, including that your son is invincible, is actually insane.
Yeah.
Also, they're on the news. And I guess humans might actually be stupid because they couldn't fathom a costume change. They saw the blue suit and for some reason thought it was someone copying Invincible. They're calling him Invincible. Wow. The Viltrumites may have been right. There's no saving them. These niggas are stupid. So we see that the Mauler Twins are back for the 37th time, and even they know the Guardians suck. They were offended that only 5 pulled up. Now, Black Bat might honestly put up a fight. What is Kate going to do besides get her ass beat 20 times?
Right.
I don't even know how Samson got on the team. I swear I don't even know what his powers are. I don't even know your name. And Immortal? Nigga, you just asked.
Immortal, but the thing that makes me mad about Immortal, he should really be able to handle the Mauler Twins. He should be able to handle them. I don't get it. He's not as strong as Omni-Man and Invincible, but the Mauler Twins, they're not like they don't have superpowers. They're just really smart. I mean, they throw hands and, you know, they have like, you know, tools to incapacitate you. But I feel like Immortal should have probably had this. Like, if anybody should have taken care of it, it should have been him. But, of course,
so Samson couldn't even get a turn before getting knocked out. Immortal gets chucked into a beam. Why is he still in?
I know, right? It's so stupid. Exactly. Immortal should know every combat, every weapon, every ability, bro. Bro, he's been alive for thousands of years. He should be a combat specialist at this point, but he gets fucking washed by them. He's got superpowers. He's a great value Superman. I mean, I don't know if I even call him a Superman. I mean, he's like not even close, but he's got abilities that are like very similar to Superman. I mean, super strength, that should be enough, right?
Deployed, Has he won a single fight? He's probably the only person on this planet who has a KD ratio, and that shit is negative.
Bro,
Randy
he's
Cunningham
so
almost got bodied,
ass.
but Black Bat saves him. And instead of saving him again because he had ample time to do so, he says, look out. He didn't even try this time. And Kate's doing exactly what we all expected. Losing. Then Bat
Bro.
attacks the legs, flips over, and accomplished nothing. Now, I will give credit where credit is due. Immortal was mixing his shit. Not for long, though. He wasn't doing enough damage to lay him out.
God.
Continuing coverage of the crisis at the nuclear silo, the Guardians of the Globe is on scene, but there's been no updates since they
Shitty,
entered.
yeah. He's more like a shitty Shazam. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Are you really the last person to find out about this skip ads forever button? This is Pi, and
Oh
if
my
it sounds
God, I'm
familiar
tired
to
of
you,
these
it's
kinda
probably
ads.
because you've seen their ads everywhere.
Do not get your hopes up. I repeat, do not get your hopes up. All citizens have been advised that if you're in trouble, please hesitate. Do not call these niggas. You're better off yelling for Adam Eve and hope she's in the area. Prayer is your only chance at survival. Ma, you see this shit? Those were the people I was working with.
I mean, it can't be that bad.
It's a 5v2.
What?
A 5v2. They have someone who can create clones and they still can't jump correctly.
I'm
So Mark
saying.
pulls up and Ollie was right behind him. Not gonna lie, that was a clean entrance. You a badass little kid. You don't listen, but that was cold. And Mark, come
That
on,
was
bro.
pretty
Did you
cold.
lose your Zenkai boost? Letting a child outperform you is crazy. And the only reason he got his face slammed into the pavement is because you distracted him. So he finally breaks free, got rid of that one, shoulder checked the next, and the twins were taking no chances. They said that punch was a little too hard. Let's just get this over with. Launch the missile so Mark goes after it. Meanwhile, Ollie is punching jaws off like, excuse
Yeah.
me? Was you like this the whole time or what? So Mark catches up with the missile and him and Ollie are synced up.
Went straight through him, bro. Straight
Nah,
through
bro.
him.
Who this Jason Todd? Gonna be Red Hood in a couple months? Little dude gonna be a problem. His whole demeanor changed. Went from a little kid to a traumatized grown man. And he proceeds to walk him down.
Look at his eyes. I mean, his eyes are just like, dude, I'm going to fucking kill you. Like, and the whole thing about it was, one of them were like, they already surrendered, and he still did it anyway, bro.
Grown man, and he proceeds to walk him
Paloma, what's good?
down. The man is begging for mercy, but he
You just started this show? Yo, this show is fucking good. It's really good.
probably doesn't even know what that means. Obliterated that man's face.
Damn.
With
This is
no
basically
hesitation.
spoilers
And
for
he
you, though.
really had the audacity to claim that was an accident. Nah, bro, we saw you. You were dead serious. And I don't know what Cecil was doing, like we didn't give you a clear warning.
He's covered in blood and
I
everything.
don't understand the amount of times I replayed this scene. The dude never looked this cool before. It must be the new suit. The landing too. Yo, who is this? It's not Mark Grayson. And look at Cecil. I couldn't imagine what's going through his head. He has never made that expression before. And you know Immortal punk ass not gonna do nothing. He's always so high and mighty until a Viltrumite in the room. Hey, you better put him down. Don't you dare do that. Hey, Invincible, put him down, man. Please. Invincible, don't make me come up there and talk to you about it. Invincible, don't make me handle this with words.
Hey, don't talk to me like that. He mumbles in the car on the way home. Whack him, Cecil. Whack him while you can. Gotta leave because of spoilers. Yeah. Just come back in like 5 minutes, Paloma, and you won't see anymore.
But this wasn't how I imagined
JC, you see Daima? Oh, heck yeah.
this scene playing out though. I thought Ollie was gonna put Mark in a position to where he was gonna kill. He's already down that path. I thought it was gonna happen now. But clearly Ollie doesn't need protection. So Mark is talking with him and he's heated. Rightfully so. This little boy just caught 2 bodies.
Two bodies.
And not an ounce of regret, compassion, nothing. Caught 2 bodies and stood on that. And now Ollie's upset because Mark is upset and this little boy must be hiding his true power. For a second, I thought Mark couldn't catch up. I was about to be pissed. If this child who just got his powers is better than you, I would have felt some type of way.
I'm
You
saying.
can't just kill people and pretend it's no big deal.
Isn't it responsible to make sure that the bad guys never hurt anyone else? People kill each other all the time, and most people aren't even special like us. They're just normal. Do you?
Bro, he was kind of cooking here. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, well, Oliver, you kind of got a good point there.
Do you ever think that maybe Dad was right?
Oh, now that part, I was like, he had me in the first half, and when he said that, I was like, wow, you really said that. He really thought that Omni-Man, like, what? Nah, he had me up until that point.
Oh no. No. Lil bro is unsavable. He's been surrounded by a loving family,
Right.
a caretaker, living in a nice neighborhood, experienced no hardships in life. That is deadass just how he feels. So Debbie kind of talks some sense to him, saying, what if she died? Is her life not precious? Think about how others would feel if they lost someone they cared about. Just because you don't know them, it doesn't make their lives less important.
True.
Mauler didn't have friends or family.
Ah, hell no. But there wasn't any signs, they said. That little boy is corrupt. He gonna say he understands now, but just wait till he's older. He gonna do whatever he wants then. But until that day, I guess we're good. Nothing to worry about. If y'all don't move after that, I don't know what to tell you. Got drones outside your crib. And look who's back. Angstrom survived.
Yeah.
Yo, give the Invincible team a round of applause. Invincible came back and went 3 for 3. I was expecting 1 episode, but was given 3 bangers. See, this is why I don't like watching weekly, because now we have to wait for the next episode.
I know. This whole show is so good, y'all. So good. The next one's coming out this Thursday, right? But yeah, that episode like was really good to me for me. If there was any character that I hate now in this season, it's got to be Kate, man. Kate. I just can't stand Kate. And Immortal. Oh my god, y'all. I can't stand those characters, man.